Just because I poke fun at the stories I read and or fan art featured in my videos doesn't mean that anyone should harass the creators of anything featured in this show. Cyberbullying is a serious issue that damages people emotionally and psychologically, sometimes to the point of self-harm and or suicide. Please keep any and all criticism constructive and reasonable for all parties involved. Thank you. Hey guys, what is up? This is Gothcat bringing you episode 4 of Not Sure If Troll, the show where I read that special type of creepypasta which could be a troll pasta for all we know. In today's episode, I will be reading 3 stories for you guys. The first is Bedbugs, the next would be Sassy Mama, the Hungry Blood Lover, which is incredibly hilarious, you'll see what I mean. And the last will be apocalypse.denied. Riveting. Now, without further ado, enjoy the show, guys. I've got to admit, I truthfully hate bedbugs. I will never forget the time when I was about 9, when I had first encountered one in my foster home bed. I thought the bedbug was similar to a Pokemon, so doing the idiotic things I did, it had scarred me. I sang playful tunes of Pokemon music, using my handcrafted 2D Pokemon ball over to it. Just as I nearly expected, it climbed into my shirt and bit me all over my arms. Then I took it out and began to go into Pokemon mode. Slowly, piece by piece, I used my paperclip to slice it open, as if I was Pikachu mimicking horribly his lightning bolt thing. I saw a white liquid squirming out of its shell. I admit, it was honestly disgusting. Horrific. Later, after I finished washing my hands, I just sat and stared up at my Pokemon poster. As I stared at my arm, it was throbbing painfully. I felt like biting it off. I got really tired of the pain and went down to the nurse's asylum office. I felt like a shredding and gnawing was at my arm, but I just couldn't speak or say anything. I admit, I was scared to death. "What's the patient's name?" I overheard a doctor say. "I swear this will cost the girl's parents a hand and a foot," the nurse mumbled. "Her name," the second doctor responded. "I can't find it in her records. There's something wrong," another doctor exclaimed. "She's here because of her art," the doctor in training stopped his sentence. Suddenly, the doctors just went and paced around the room, basically arguing and asking for the name. Of course, I just sat there and pretended I was asleep until I noticed the place where the bedbug bit me. I bit off my own arm. Hi, I'm Sassy Mama, the Hungry Blood Lover. You can just call me Sassy. I was a 17-year-old girl when I was killed. I was brutally murdered in the woods the night of a party at my friend's. It was Slenderman's woods. He saved me, brought me back, and I became a creepypasta. Here's me. http://imaginary-art.deviantart.com/art/bloody-mary-342830694. The day after I died, I wanted to get revenge. I found my murderer and killed him way worse than he killed me. I hung him by his feet and cut open every single vein he had and let him drain. All I did was laugh. He screamed and screamed for help, but nobody could hear him. We were in Slender Man's woods. Nobody dares to go out there unless you're drunk. I can never thank Slender Man enough for what he don't for me. I love all creepypastas more than anything. Don't try anything stupid. I have a huge crush on Jeff. Slender Man is like my father. They are all my family now. Never will I ever trade them for anybody. Hi, I'm Jamie Brooks. I've recently created something I'm not proud of. One day I was talking with my friends Alex and Matt while I was making a picture in my Adobe Photoshop CS6. It was supposed to be a picture of me in a skeleton mask. When I got finished, I went to save as and typed in apocalypse.denied and saved it as a JPEG file to my desktop. When I went to look at it, it was a .denied file, and when I opened, it wouldn't let me. I sent it to a hacker friend of mine named James. When he opened it, it was up a bunch of code. He decoded the file, and what he saw shocked him. It was a picture of death himself. My friend died later that day of unknown causes. I say it was because of that picture. Now I am forced to have that picture on my computer. I couldn't help but feel bad for my friend. I opened the picture, and sure as I was backwards / it was a picture of Death himself. Later that night, I slept horribly. I had terrible nightmares. In my dreams was Death telling me I was going to die if I didn't show the picture to everyone. I know this sounds crazy, but it's true. I told Death no, and now I'm typing this into my blog and just waiting for Death to take me too. And I swear before I die, I'm burning my computer. I just hope Death doesn't send this file to anyone. I hope you'll never have to see this accursed file in your life. Please let God be with you. Now before I go ahead and make my commentary on these stories, I'd like to announce that after this video, I'll be slowing down a little bit because I'm in the process of moving, and then I'll take a short break to move out and recuperate from that. Now that I'm done with that little announcement, let's begin. First off, one thing I'd like to say about bed bugs is, unlike most of the stories that I read on this show, this one actually has a bit of a chance, or at least a small amount of potential as a serious creepypasta. Especially with that last sentence, I had bit my own arm off and whatnot. The main things, in order to make this a better series creepypasta, I would probably either tone down or eliminate the whole Pokemon reference, because the way Pokemon is integrated into the story is a bit distracting. So I think a better idea, if you want to keep the Pokemon reference, I'd suggest writing it with sort of a nostalgic feel, mentioning that you liked Pokemon a lot back then. However, in order to make this a better troll pasta, I'd just crank up the Pokemon references flat out. For both types of stories, I suggest maybe correcting a bit of the grammar. So otherwise, it does have a very solid foundation. It just needs some serious revising in order to make it good in either respect, either as a serious creepypasta or as a troll pasta. As for the other two stories I just read, I honestly wouldn't be surprised if they were troll pastas, because if they were meant to be serious creepypastas, they seriously need to go and take a few writing courses. Now let's talk about Sassy Mama, the Hungry Blood Lover. One thing that I really like about this story is the narrator was like, "Hey, I am creepypasta." The reader was like, "Hey, I love creepypastas. This is a deviant art picture of what my character looks like, and now I am creepypasta. So check out my Twitter." And the DeviantArt picture was the DeviantArt link was in the middle of the story, and the other two links, which I didn't read at all, were under the credit to and credit link. And after this credit link to this person's Twitter account, it says, "Please give me shout out to follow my account." It's like really, really silly self-promotion, if you ask me. And I think that's one thing that makes the story a bit endearing, because it is just so silly. It's, as Huda Hulums put it, adorable. Okay. And now let's talk about apocalypse.denied. This thing pretty much screams troll pasta from the get-go, because it is just way too fucking silly to really be taken seriously. Especially when they included this made-up extension of denied, which if you find anything real about this denied extension, go ahead and leave your input in the comments. But as far as I'm aware, that's just something that this author made up. And what's really dumb is it starts out with somebody doing something in Photoshop with a picture of themselves in a, quote, skeleton mask, and once it's saved as this denied file, and basically after the author sends this denied file to his hacker friend James, which sounds a little too similar to their name, which is Jamie Brooks. And of course, after this hacker friend of his decodes it, it's a picture of Death himself. Basically, this picture went from the author in a skeleton mask to a picture of Death himself, which is at most stupid. And then there's this weird placement of the backslash. When it says, "I opened the picture as I was backslash." Maybe replace the backslash with a few words or something. I don't know. Yeah. In other words, it's just so dumb that it's a bit of a chuckle fest for those of you into crappy pastas and troll pastas and whatnot. Next time I will be reading A Silent Scarlet, which is basically a Clockwork Your Time Is Up clone. This is Gothcat signing out. Thank you and goodbye.